Imagine this. You open TikTok for 5 minutes and then suddenly that 5 minutes has turned into an hour that has passed. You've laughed at memes, you learned a new dance, a new velocity, and maybe you even said brain rot, skibidi, riz, sigma, without realizing why. Now imagine millions of teens around the world has said the same joke again and again and again, repeating the same sounds and also trends. It's actually funny, but it's also viral. But this raises a question in my mind. If so much interaction online, like memes, trends, and others, happen, so what does that mean for real life interactions with one another? So, good morning everyone. My name is Yemima, and today I'm going to be presenting my research, which is the influence of viral trends in teenagers' social skills. And my question is, how does viral pop culture shape teen social interaction? My study was under the guidance of Mr. Yudi Priyanto as my advisor. So, why I did this research? In this digital age, teenagers are growing up surrounded by social media and also online trends, from dance challenges into memes into viral slangs, and these phenomena shapes how young people express themselves and also form a relationship with one another. On one hand, viral culture can build creativity and also a sense of belonging. However, on the other hand, it often encourages comparison, short attention spans, and also superficial communication or temporary communication. So my research will be exploring about how viral trends influence social media well-being and how teenagers connect to one another. So the main question guiding this study is, how do viral pop culture trends affect teenagers' socialization skills? To explore this, I have 3 areas that I have to focus on. First is whether these trends encourage or weaken the empathy and also communication of teenagers. Second, how they influence comparison and also identity. Third is whether they truly help teenagers to form meaningful connection or not. So, my study will be supported by 5 sociological theory and also media theories that explains how human behavior happens in the digital context. So first is Bandura's theory, which is the social learning theory, which shows how teenagers imitate others' behavior and also attitudes, and they observe or influences from peers. Second is the Festinger theory, which is social comparison theory. This highlights how online exposure often leads to measure themselves against others. Third is symbolic interactionism by Bloomer. So this views memes and also viral trends as shared symbols to form a digital communication or topics to be talked about. Now fourth is cultivation theory by Gerbner. This theory suggests that constant exposure to media can create or shapes how we perceive everything in reality. Lastly is the uses and gratification theory by Katz et al. So this theory explains that teens actively engage with media and also to satisfy their needs such as belonging, identity, and also entertainment. Now, to answer my research question, I have to have a methodologies. I have to find a way to gather information and also surveys. So I use mixed method approach. The quantitative data came from an online survey with over 80 respondents in the age of 13 until 21, which is teenagers and young adults, that are all active in social media. So the qualitative data came from interviews with educators such as Bu Eva Indrasari from Dinas Pendidikan Surabaya and also Miss Melly from SSS Department of Sharon Christian School. So the quantitative results were analyzed using descriptive statistic, while interviews responses were thematically analyzed to capture deeper perspective. So this both combination allowed me to balance both numerical and also human insights. The results of my questionnaire. So quantitative data. 88% of respondents uses Instagram and 80% uses TikTok, while 61% spend around 3 or 4 hours per day on social media, and 46% often join viral trends for fun or for self-expressions. 36% said the respondents said that they made new friends through these trends. While many respondents felt that viral culture helps them create a bond with one another and also to express themselves, others also admitted that this causes a distraction, a comparison, and also an emotional exhaustion. So this result shows that viral culture is both empowering but also overwhelming. So, from the interviews, both educators, which is Bu Eva and also Miss Melly, highlighted the need for balance and awareness in using social media. Bu Eva emphasized that technology should enhance thinking, not replace it. She also noted that students must learn to use digital platforms consciously, but not passively. And also, on the other hand, Miss Melly also shared that while trends help teenagers create bonds with one another, it still uses shallow information or temporary information to be talked about. She also observed that online validation or online comments in Instagram, TikTok, people that say, oh my gosh, you're so pretty, oh my gosh, you are so good at drawing, and others, can boost up confidence for a moment, but also it can create a fragile self-esteem. Both experts also agree that digital engagement should lead on real conversations, not just online likes, views, comments, followers, and some kind of that. Now, the overall analysis. When we combine data with a theoretical framework, we see a clear dual impact, which is first, positive impact. Viral cultures fosters creativity, humor, and also cross-cultural learning. It helps teens to create or relate to one another. While negatively, it can lead to peer pressure, it can lead to insecurity, and it can reduce face-to-face interaction. Now, from a sociological perspective, viral culture acts like a mirror. It reflects how teenagers connect and find their sense of belonging in a rapidly digitalizing world. The challenge is not ensuring that these connections remain authentic and not just algorithm-based. Now, based on my findings, I've gathered some recommendations for 4 areas, which is first, teenagers. For teenagers, please practice your digital mindfulness and be aware of how trends can influence your thoughts, your time, your mindset, and also your relationship with others. Second, for parents and teachers, please guide young people to use media responsibly and develop empathy on offline and also online. Third is for schools. Please integrate a digital literacy programs into the curriculum, helping students to critically analyze problems through news or TV or newspaper. And finally, for social media platforms, please design features and also campaigns that promote positive and creative, also educational engagement. As for SDG is Sustainable Development Goal. It's a global initiative by the United Nations to promote human and social progress. From my research, the SDG that correlates is SDG number 4, which is quality education, particularly target 4.7, which said By 2030, ensure all learners acquire knowledge and also skills that needed to promote sustainable development, including, among others, through education such as human rights, gender equality, sustainable lifestyle, promotion of culture and peace, nonviolence, and so much more. So, what does this have to do with my research? So, by examining how viral trends influence empathy and also communication and digital behavior, this research supports my research by prepare students for responsible participation in digital spaces. So, lastly, to almost end my presentation, there is a quote by Christian Louis Lange, which is technology is a useful servant, but a dangerous master. So this perfectly reflects the essence of my study. Viral trends and digital media can help teenagers connect, express themselves, and also create a relationship with others. And they can learn from this, but only if they remain in control of the technology, not the way around. It is a wrap of my presentation. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you got something, and God bless you.